Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Rich Latta here, back with another video. Today we're going to be looking at Curtis King taking aim at Joey Bada on his new song Content. Now, I have been very interested in seeing about this new East Coast West Coast rap rivalry. I won't say it's a war or anything, and I'm someone that is born in the East Coast, but I've lived in the South for the last couple decades and stuff like that. Very familiar with Curtis's work. Followed him for a long time on YouTube, and been a fan of the stuff that he has put out. So interestingly enough, like when I first saw the Joey Badass kind of thing, I was perturbed because I was like, well, why does the West Coast seem to make you this upset when the South been doing their thing for 20 years, and it's just, you got nothing to say about that. So I heard it, and I've heard different responses. A guy named Cowboy, Ray Vaughn, and now Curtis here. So let's check out what Curtis has going on to give my thoughts on it and all that. So all right, let's see what Curtis got going on here. I love his stage. Always been a fan of it. Prince and Nipsey Hussle, big DIY, pioneers there, and that's something that Curtis heavily believes in. So let's see what's going on here.
DIY. Yeah. You see, it's way too many Joeys lately begging for respect, taking shots at the Western cause your marketing's a mess. Tell the truth.
Woo. Way too many Joeys lately. I love a good name flip. And, you could relate that to Joey Badass, Joe Budden, like this, be like way too many Joeys. Like, it's like, hey, bro, we got Joe Budden already. He's cool. I'm tired of you. So, and, cracking on his marketing scheme is pretty funny.
Some of y'all only creative in that booth, cause when it's time to make some content, niggas ain't got a clue. Let me teach you. See, I'm a DIYer out the West.
So I'm a DIYer out the West. So think about most of the the guys that we think about, independent spirits in rap: Nipsey Hussle, Master P, La Russell, Curtis King himself, like that. There seems to be a spirit there that Curtis feels challenged on, and in his case, he's like, yo, this is like something that not only we live, but like this has pushed me to the level I'm on, and I'm a pioneer with this. Maybe you need to learn.
He leads you, your jealousy showing, your motive see-through. See, I react to news on the tube cause I'm not impressed.
He said, I react to news on the tube because I'm not impressed. I think that's smart of Curtis to even put out what he's been primarily doing on his channel to pivot his content into another direction to push the game further before somebody else calls him out for, oh, you just a reaction person, you just somebody that's sitting here watching what they do. He's like, no, I acknowledge that, but just because you're somebody that's reacting to something, that does not mean that either A, you don't rap, B, you do not have something valuable to offer. And I think what Curtis has done is built his platform very with a high integrity.
Hip hop's a P.O. box, you might get addressed. I'm looking up and down at my coast and I see innovators. I'm looking at your lyrics on Genius, I see you been a hater. The West up, we in rotation like Western Bonaventure. About time the South had us poly grip like some dentures. But
so Curtis King bringing it up, like the South, has had this thing locked up for a long time. Where was the outrage then? I find the East Coast and West Coast to be more stylistically alike than, what the South is traditionally. Yet that debate and rivalry exists. The age range doesn't really even make it, add up, because like the East and West Coast stuff was in the mid 90s. That's 30 years ago easily. So for a guy that's 29 years old himself, I don't know. Like it seems like it doesn't hit for me in the same way.
Did they get a mention on topics like D-licking? Guess you wasn't devastated, but hated that we winning. Don't let me find you jealous and mask it as competition. Honestly, I think you use it too loosely to say some slick shit. It's way too many YouTubers parading like they journalists. I heard your hot take, but it's burning me what your purpose is. I know you.
Look at that. It's burning me what your purpose is. Like, so I've seen people from all walks of life, you know, calling themselves hip-hop journalists or, you know, making videos and stuff like that. And it's like, all right, that's cool. You know, I tend to like it when I know that person does music, like Curtis King or like Rob Markman. I also have respect, you know, for the journalist folks, like, you know, the Company Man has been around for a long time. Read My Soul is a new guy. I've been watching his stuff. And I think, you know, let me run this back real quick.
Take, but it's burning me what your purpose is. I know.
So I heard your hot take. So like, I think Curtis thinks a lot of people are in this not for the culture, and they'd rather just say something quick to either just put their name in it, but not really take the care to stand behind that and be able to explain it to somebody. And you know, I think I see hip hop, you know, kind of similarly to Curtis. So that's always going to be something to basically keep the game honest. Like, I think that is a admirable thing, because a lot of bull has come into the game, you know, basically, you know, over the last 15 years or so, just because everyone said everything was okay. You didn't want to look like a hater or whatever. But Joey Badass is finding out what looking like a hater is like, but you want to, like, you know, dress it up lyrically or whatever. You know, you gotta be open for these kind of, you know, lyrical dialogues to come back at you.
You got hip-hop on your shirt, but do you bleed it? Go playing in that dirt with the culture, you'll get deleted. That's why I'm like, thank God for the Rob Markmans, Jeremy Hex guys, FDs, and Justin's analysts. I'm 40 years deep in my life, and I feel fabulous. I used to be afraid of this age. It ain't so bad, I guess. So keep the candle lit, keep on playing the mandolin. This year I made a...
I love Curtis being honest with, you know, his age and stuff like that, because there's no reason he can't continue to, you know, do what he's doing. You know, like, the biggest lie that I think people have been told is that hip hop is a young man's game. That's a lie to keep people broke and to keep taking advantage of young people, when folks that are, you know, more seasoned in life continue to do these things and they're able to put that life experience with the business acumen and stuff like that. They create different avenues that the industry can't really account for. And especially if you're doing it independently, like, you really don't need what, you know, you traditionally needed at one point.
Wish that we'll never ever abandon this. When Joe left Impractical Jokers, I took it personal. When Joey took a shot at the coast, I said, who Urkel, bro? Geeked up, skeeter type, pro, but I'm not BMI. Fun fact, you rapped on my beat, the song Tree of Life. He is I, in a Western Union that you can't divide. Just say the boogeyman name and he might just reply, why?
A Western Union that you can't divide. I like it, having, like, you know, the Western Union, you know, the Union of the West, the, you know, wordplay with, you know, Western Union kind of. I like what you're doing, Kurt.
Stay safe in these wildfires.
So big shout out to Curtis King, man. I think this was really cool to do. He shot it in his, you know, in his content space, and looks very high quality. No surprise that this is going over very well with the community and everything. And I think this is pretty dope. And I'm gonna keep checking for, you know, people doing replies, and, you know, who knows, maybe I'll jump in myself. So anyway, my name is Rich Latta. If you never, you know, rock with me or anything, but feel free to hit the subscribe button, like this video, comment for the algorithm and all that. We'll be back with tons of different styles of videos. So I'm here doing my thing. I'll holla at y'all. Peace.